I am chess Grandmaster Alexandra Kosteniuk. Hello everybody, I am Alexandra Kosteniuk. We are now in Beijing, China, the first World Mind Sport Games. It's a tie-break of the final between me and Antoaneta Stefanova. The score now is 1-1 and we started the final decisive game. So as we can see, the game started by the Rui Lopez. Since it's an Armageddon game, I have 6 minutes and I'm playing white, but I have to win. And Antoaneta has only 5 minutes, but it's enough for her to make a draw to win the gold medal. So we again repeated the same variation as in the second game that you might have seen. It's the Archangel variation of the Rui Lopez. And here, instead of queen d3 immediately as I played in the second game, I took on b5, a takes b5, a takes b5, queen d3, Antoaneta castled, knight b to d2, h6, bishop h4, g5, bishop g3. In this game we don't have any incremental time, so it's possible to win on time. E takes d4, c takes d4, bishop to g6. So a time advantage here means a lot. And as we can see, we got an approximately equal position after the opening. Also, I have a strong center and my pieces are better coordinated. Antoaneta also has some points. Queen c3, knight e7, rook f to e1, a very nice consolidating move. I don't want to push my pawns forward too fast, because they can be attacked later by my opponent. Rook a8. Of course, Antoaneta wants to exchange as many pieces as possible, since her king is relatively weak since she played h6 and g5. So all the exchanges of the rooks and queens are good for her. d5. I played d5, trying to use the fact that my queen is on c3 and is holding the a1 to ha diagonal. After d5, Antoaneta played knight h5. I played king h2 in order after knight g3 to take on g3 with the pawn, and I did it. King h7. Antoaneta wants after queen f6 to play knight g8, that's why she played king h7. Unfortunately we cannot see time, because here it's a crucial moment of the game, since I have to win, and it's enough for Antoaneta to make a draw to win this final and the first ever gold medal of the Mind Sport Games. So the game continued. I played knight d4, queen a5, and here I decided to exchange the queens anyway. I played knight 2 to f3. Although Antoaneta has the two bishops advantage, my knights have a lot of good squares, and as we know, in a blitz game it's better to have knights, because it's easier to play with them. And here we can see that the position is quite closed, so Antoaneta took on c3 and played rook b8, g4, b4, c4, rook a8, knight f5. Of course, my bishop on b3 is not really perfectly placed, and my pawns are all on white squares, but the black pieces are also cannot really find good squares here. For example, after knight g4 I played e5, d takes e5, knight takes e5, bishop takes f5, g takes f5, so my pawns now, my pawn structure is much better now after she took on f5. And I have a very clear plan that I actually used in the game. I want to push my pawns forward by playing knight d3 and then c5 and d6, opening the bishop on b3, and that's what I did after exchanging the rooks. Her knight on g8, here she played knight e7, and after I protected the pawn on f5, g4, and then I played knight d3 and here c5, and since her pieces are uncoordinated, she cannot really do anything to stop my pawn, and I get a very comfortable position where only I can play for a win, and I also have a big time advantage, so I can play almost forever in this kind of position. And she has to stay in one place. It's very difficult to do in a blitz game, and just hope that I won't be able to come through her defense. But it's really difficult because we can see that the pawn on b4 will be lost. We can tell it for sure, and then it would be just a question of time to get through her some kind of defense fence. Okay, so we continue playing. Now we have to do it really fast. My king moved all the way from from h2 to now closer to the b4 pawn. In Beijing, very interesting rules were used. If a player knocks down a piece and presses his clock, he loses. So even though we need to play very fast, we need to be precise with our chess pieces, and I think it's quite a good rule for a blitz game, since otherwise sometimes it's a real chaos on the board. So I won finally this b4 pawn. Here I have an extra pawn, a better position, a time advantage, and all I need is to win the game. So little by little I improve my position, and it's almost no way for her to save the game, since there is no incremental time. And here, after bishop takes a7, she knocks down my king, presses the clock. That means I won the game, even though my position was won anyway. So I won this final match. The score was 2-1. I won the first ever gold medal in the World Mind Sport Games. Bye bye!